Hi, I'm Kate with Kate's Paper Creations. I'm a demonstrator for Stampin' Up! And I am in Washington State. And I welcome you to my weekly Casing the Catalog video where I look at projects that are pictured in the catalog and figure out how to make them and share that with you. Today I am looking at the Vine Design stamp set with the flowering vine dies found on page 62 of the current mini catalog. And I am going to be doing this card right here. So let me share with you some of the things you need to know in order to be able to make that card. This is the finished product that I produced. Fairly close, not exact, but pretty close to the same. Okay, so I started with a piece of stuff stuck to my finger. That's cute. I started with Just Jade cardstock. It is 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4 to make a top fold greeting card. Then I used Whisper White and this die from the die set, and I put double-sided adhesive sheets I put on the back of my Whisper White, and then I die cut it out. Now when I die cut out with that on the back, just a hint, I did shim just one thin slice. As a matter of fact, I just took a piece of this Designer Series paper and I put it underneath the cutting plate, and then to give it just a very little bit of a shim so it'll cut a little bit harder and do a little bit better job of cutting through both the cardstock and the adhesive sheet. Okay, and then I ran it through, and so you end up with a piece like this, and I have already cleaned it up. Something that's going to come in really handy with these particular dies from this set is your I forget what these are called, but this brush and the foam where you can run over the piece to make the pieces fall out. That's going to help a lot. And then you're still going to end up coming back with what I lovingly call my pokey tool and punch out any other little tiny pieces that didn't let go. Then you can turn it over and just pick up one corner and peel off the backing. I've already done it on that one, but let me show you this one I have not peeled up yet. And so I just find a corner here and I take my tool and I just kind of work at it until I get one. You might want to pick a spot that's not too vulnerable, but there. Once I get it started, then it's just a matter of peeling it free the rest of the way. Okay? So I'm not going to peel that one off because I'm not going to use it today. So there we go. So now I have it and it's sticky on the back. Then I used from the design, let me bring that in here. So this is the stamp set and these are the dies. And I punched out this shape with the dies and this shape with the dies, and it all came out of a single sheet of the Ombre Designer Series paper. It's 6x6 Designer Series paper. It's free with a $50 merchandise purchase from Stampin' Up, and then you get it free from the Celebration catalog, and it is really beautiful paper. Some of it has this ombre design on the one side, and so you can see it turns over, so I can get everything I need out of the one sheet. And they have some other designs in here as well, these cute little polka dots in several different colors. Okay, so I've already punched those out because they're going to stick on the back side. I don't know if you can notice, but the colors are behind the die cut. So I put these ones down with the pink side down, and it's just a matter of lining it up and sticking it on. Now it's going to take 2 of these to make the front of the card, so you'll be doing this twice. But I already did one because I didn't want you to have to watch me do everything. Now, once I got it stuck, then I can put my finger on one of those and not be sticking to my piece all the time. And it's just a matter of finding them and lining them up. It's really not difficult to do. And there it takes 10 of these, of this size. And you'll notice because of the ombre that some are going to be lighter and some are going to be darker. But when you turn it over, it's actually quite, it actually adds a lot of interest to have the different shades of color behind this. So I was pleasantly surprised when I turned it around to see what it looked like. And there's one there. This is more of an avid crafter kind of thing. A beginner might be a little bit overwhelmed with this, but it really isn't difficult. It just takes time. It just takes time and patience to do it. So I think that's all of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There we go. So I did 10 of them. I have some extras. Put those over there. And then this one I did with the pink side down. And it goes on these. And just, there we go. Just get them lined up. And for these, I think you only needed 4 of these. We'll count when we get done here. And this sticky back double adhesive isn't so sticky that you can't make a correction. So you don't have to be super afraid. You can actually pick them up and move them if you need to. So don't be afraid of that. Yeah, we only needed 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Okay. Let me turn it over so you can see how beautiful. Oh, and I forgot to turn them over. You know, sometimes now I get to show you. I could edit this out, but I'm not going to. I'm going to show you that you can pick those up. I was just daydreaming here. I'm so busy talking that I didn't pay attention to what I was doing, did I? So I'm going to pick them up and turn them over and fix that while you're watching. Don't you just love it? I do. I make mistakes like this all the time. You wonder how sometimes how you manage to not make any, huh? Fortunately, it's just the one that has 4 pieces, so it'll be easy to fix. And you get to see the real me. Okay. Oops, that one needs to be moved just a little bit to the left. There we go. And one more, oops. One more to fix. And that's this one. Here I was looking right at it, but I'm so busy talking that I didn't pay attention. But you can see it didn't really damage them at all. And thank goodness it was an easy fix. There we go. Now, there we go. Look at that. It was right now. See, isn't that just absolutely lovely? Let me get something white, maybe, so you can see it even better. See the contrast. Isn't that lovely? Okay, now because it is already sticky backed, it's going to stick to some degree, but I am going to put also some of my Zig two-way glue, and I'm going to put some on the backs of each of these so that it'll help it stick even better. And just a little bit in the middles, not getting too carried away there. And I'm going to bring in the card front, and I've already done the one side. And you're going to end up sticking that as close to the edge here as you can, and then from top to bottom it's got about 1/8 of an inch gap between the top and the bottom. And then here we're going to line up these pieces so that they match. See how they're going to touch each other? Just like this. So it's really easy to get them all put together. There we go. And we'll give that a chance to dry. We'll push that aside for a minute. Now, for the sentiment, I'm using a tag. I have a kit full of extra tags, sentiment tags that I've saved from extras from Paper Pumpkin kits, and they have a new mini messages die that you can cut out a whole bunch of blanks from, and I just put a whole bunch of them in a stamp case, and I'm just pulling one out to use today. You can use, of course, whatever you choose, and I'm going to leave it white. Then this is the from the stamp set. It is this border stamped with Thinking of You, and I did it onto terracotta tile with Versamark ink and embossed it with white embossing powder, and then cut it out with the die that is also in the dies. Now, it was very tricky for me. I had a hard time getting it. I could get this part all stamped and embossed, but then getting this to line up perfect was a real challenge for me. So, you know, it might be for you. I don't know. If you've got a tip you can share with me, I'd love to hear it. Put something in the comment box. But I just had a little bit of trouble with that. Okay. Now I'm going to attach this to this white piece, and I'm going to put some just regular adhesive and just right in the center, because I don't want the ends to stick down yet. And I'm just going to center that across there like that. Here we go. And then I have a 10-inch piece of Just Jade 1/4 inch ribbon. And I am going to just put a spot of adhesive, if I can get it to work. There we go. On the back. And start by putting this on there like that. Then I'm going to add another little bit and make a loop and bring it back up like that. Then I need another little piece, and I'm putting that on there to stick so that ribbon will stay where I want it. And then I'm going to bring another piece down, and it looks like I needed to adjust how I was going, so I'm going to make my tail just a little bit shorter on one end here. So I'm going to start over. The adhesive's still there, so it's going to work fine. And you'll have to just play with yours a little bit too, I'm sure. Okay, and then I get my loop down here. I'm hoping that you can see me doing this okay. Let's see. Let's go like that. Get my finger out of there. Yeah, I like that. And then back around so that I get another loop. It looks like I might have needed to make this a little bit longer even for what I'm doing. Let's get a longer piece. I'm going to go with 12 inches. I think I was trying to be too conservative. So let me go with 12 inches. So you get to see me fumbling just a little bit, but you know what? That's okay. Okay, and then we're back to that process of adding just a little bit. And let's come around with my loop like that. And then a little bit more. And one more time. Yeah, that's better. Should have cut it at 12 inches. Okay, now we know. Okay, so that just created the piece I'm going to put on the front, and then I am putting that on, of course, with dimensionals. Get some up here. I'm going to put them right over the top of that ribbon. Just help hold everything in place, and I'm going to put one on the ends of my terracotta piece as well, because I noticed on my first card I didn't do that, and it looked a little like it was bending around, and I didn't want that, so that's what I did. one more piece. Okay. And then you just attach that to the front of the card, and it's just centered on the front of the card. So there is today's Casing the Catalog. Like I say, it's on page 62, and it's the Flowering Vine bundle that I used today. And it really is a lovely card. So I hope you enjoyed stopping by. I do sell the products I feature in my videos, and I do have an online store. The link will be in the description below, and I hope that you will shop with me. And I hope that you will subscribe to my YouTube channel and share my videos with others. Thanks for stopping by.